to Relationships and Tea with me, Courtney G. I'm the host, Courtney G, and today I have Eugene Thomas with me. Eugene is a former Chicago Bears strength and conditioning coach and owner of Broken Scale, where he's the personal trainer. Welcome to the show, Eugene.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me so much. I'm so excited to be here right now. So we're going to have some fun.
Did you really give me the phony voice?
I did give you the phony voice. This is professional. Hey, when you have, hey, you've been on TV once or twice, you say the right thing at the right time. It's called timing.
All right, there you have it. All right. So let's go into the personal training.
Okay.
How long have you been a personal trainer?
I have been a personal trainer since my sophomore year of high school.
Okay, how old are you now?
Well,
how can we do it in years? Well, okay, don't give us your age, but
right,
years.
Yeah, well, okay, let's look at it like this.
Approximately.
I graduated from high school in 95.
Okay,
right.
so 20 years.
Years.
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay, all right.
Years. There you go.
What inspired you in your sophomore year to become a trainer?
Two things. The first thing was my mom was an amateur bodybuilder. She also did a lot of powerlifting and things like that. And that's kind of sort of where I got my love for it, right? And so it just kind of sort of went on from there. And then I played all sports all through college, all through high school and college. Okay. So that's where it came from.
Okay. What, I heard you mention, you say that you played sports in college. Mm-hmm. What sports did you play in college?
Gymnastics, swimming,
okay,
yeah, football,
okay,
and then track and field.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did all sports pretty much. If there was a sport, I did it. Okay.
And now would you say you incorporate different aspects of those sports into your training?
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's great because when I got the job with the Bears, the first question was have you played any college sports or high school sports?
Okay.
Most of the guys, some of the guys, not all. A lot of the guys that are coaches or around football didn't necessarily play football. You know what I mean? So it's like they want to know, did you play football? Did you do this? Did you do that? And we need those types of people here because you guys are the best fillers for what's going on the field. So it's definitely important. And I do incorporate that into the way I train people now.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's talk about Broken Scale.
Okay.
What's that about?
So Broken Scale is what I've come up with, right? The essence of training, essentially, for me, is Broken Scale. Meaning, when the name alone is synonymous with exercise. You put a woman on the scale and she says, your scale must be broken. Everybody says that. Something's right. Something's right. It's not right. Your scale's not right. Now, guess what? Whether I'm over in weight or under in weight, it's not right. So your scale is broken. Okay. So that's where I came up with Broken Scale. Okay. And so what we're doing is we're actually breaking the scale now. Because we got people losing weight now. It's informed information that has to be out now. Okay. So, when you look at pictures of people that I've trained, or myself even, you'll see that there's no need for a scale anymore. So essentially the scale is broken. They're absolutely right.
You're saying that the numbers really don't matter.
The numbers don't matter. And really, it's like when you talk to women, a woman may say, if I get to 142, I'll be happy. Well, 142 it's a number, right? Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you know at 132 or 142 you're going to feel like, oh my God, at 142 I feel great. Okay. That you may not have at 145. You know what I mean? Like, you've had some great days at 147. Right. So it's like, it's this thing where we get caught up on numbers. And guess what? The last 10 pounds are always the most difficult. So you're the hardest when you're the closest to it. It's the hardest now, right? So it's like, that's where the trouble lies. And that's where people give up. They get close 10 pounds and say, you know what? I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm tired. So now, hey, I'm fine with where I am. Okay. So that's what I mean.
What food plan do you follow?
For me, I think I follow blood type eating the most. Okay. I love blood type eating more than any of the other ones because there is physiological evidence that sustains and supports the writers, the editors, the authors of this particular book. And so with me going to school, I have a degree in exercise science. Okay. So for me, when I saw that there was science based to this, and not, hey, look, I'm going to give you 6 cookies. You're going to do the 6 cookie diet. You're going to do the sucker diet. I know you can't live off suckers.
Right.
I know you can't
Right.
live off 6 cookies.
Right.
So now I know that diet or fad will die in time. It will. It doesn't have a choice. Guess what? You'll have cavities in a 6-pack. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, it's the science of it that's great for blood type eating.
Okay. And has that worked for you, or have you used it, or?
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, let's put it like this. When I was with the Bears, I was probably at my heaviest, and I was probably about 287 at the time.
Yeah, that's almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, well, and guess what? My very lovely girlfriend at the time was like, baby, you're almost 300 pounds. And, I'm like, really? Because I don't feel like I'm 300 pounds.
Right.
And being around such large men, right? I'm with a football team, a professional football team. So all these guys are big. So you're small compared to them.
Okay.
And in the real world, right? You're
big.
Right,
You're
right.
big.
So
You're big.
it's obvious. Like, it's like, I'm not 300 pounds. And so, I dropped. I went down. I dropped 48 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I went down 48 pounds. And the reality of it is I was eating wrong based on the research that was done by this team.
Okay.
For the Eat Right for Your Blood Type program.
I'm going to let the audience in on a little secret. Eugene is actually my personal trainer. I've been training with him since about 2007. And as some of you know, and some of you don't know, I was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease, myasthenia gravis, in 2001. And essentially what that means is that my muscles can get extremely weak. I do take medication every single day just so I can do basic things like speak, lifting up this cup requires muscle movement, just blinking my eyes, holding them open, all requires muscle movement. And oftentimes I run into women with autoimmune diseases who will tell me that they just cannot work out. Their body just will not allow them to, and they just can't do it. And my response is always like, if you can get out of bed, you can do something. So, Eugene, what would you say to these women who might be suffering with myasthenia, lupus, or MS, who might be in pain, but can still, if they can get out of the bed, what would you tell them?
For everybody, it's different, right? Some people may be able to get out of the bed and perform something, do something. Some people say, I can't get out of bed at all. And what we have to do is we have to play it by ear, right? Now, let's say, for instance, a person may say, I met a personal trainer, and he or she is going to write me up a program. Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of unfair because he or she doesn't know your limitations yet.
Right.
So if he wrote a program that you then couldn't follow, then what good was him writing a program for you, right? So what I like to tell people is okay. Let's say, for instance, you can't get out of bed. That means you're in bed. The first thing you want to do while you're in bed, lay flat on your back, and then start to move. Don't get out of bed. Mm-hmm. Just start to move. Now, what that does is it increases circulation because there's a circulation issue here, right?
Okay.
And so what happens is from sleeping, you haven't moved in the last 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. Some people sleep more or less. And with that, you have to just start moving subtly to allow the body to become readjusted again because essentially it was shut down. It was sleep, and now it's up. Okay. Fine. And then these are the things you need to start doing. Raise one leg up at a time. Try to get the blood flow naturally to start moving back and forth through the body again. Okay. And then you work your way out of bed from there. Okay. For people who can get up and get out, the first thing I say, if you have any one of these types of ailments, the first thing you might want to start with is just walking. I tell people all the time, the biggest thing you can do is walk. I like to have people walk backwards in the gym setting, of course, under a trained professional. It's great to have a person walk backwards because it realigns them and gets them affiliated with the muscles of the back. Okay. Okay, because, they're not paying attention to them. Okay. So those would be some of the things I suggest.
Now we've reached the Courtney G part of the show. Okay. Yes. Okay. These questions are not related to training at all, and they're actually fun. Oh, good. Yes, yes, yes. So, first question. If you were a superhero, what would your power be?
Wow. Okay. So if I was a superhero, what would my power be? Yes. The power of telling the future. Okay. I wouldn't be a fortune teller, though.
Okay.
Right? It would be like this. It would be like, let me see, who's a prime example? Professor Xavier is a prime example, right? He's from the X-Men. He's the guy in the wheelchair. But mentally, he's the strongest, right?
Okay.
He has the most thought process. He can think of things. He can see things before they happen. That's his special gift, essentially. That would probably be mine as well. Being able to read minds, too. I know it sounds like a tarot card situation right now, but it's really not.
You sound like Miss Cleo.
I know.
Okay.
It's not.
All right.
The cards don't lie. It's not a Miss Cleo situation.
Oh, okay.
Let me get some water now.
All right.
Please excuse me.
Take your sip. Take your sip. What's the one thing you can't live without?
I can't live without my blood type book.
What's your favorite curse word?
My mama gonna watch the show. I have fuck is my favorite curse word.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the one that's the most, right? Everybody goes to F-bomb.
Right.
And it's never like a bomb to me because I can say fuck for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Okay.
That's it. That's my favorite one.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are you thinking now?
I am thinking right now that I am wordy. But other than that, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying my right now.
Okay.
And in my right now, I am talking to Courtney G. Smith on her show.
Yes.
Right? With purple hair. And guess what? The next show, it'll be different. Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Variety is the spice of life.
There it is. So from that standpoint, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Right? I don't try to get outside of my moment. I try to stay within my moment.
Okay.
Right? I got stuff to do later, but that's later. Right now, this is what I'm doing. I just want to do this the best I can.
Got it. When was the last time you had sex?
2 days ago. Listen, that question right there is another great question. And I don't want to tell too much of the truth as it relates because we don't know the date that this will air. So it was 2 days ago from whenever that was.
Are you making that up or is it?
Well, it is. I mean, it was definitely 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Where's the craziest place you had sex?
Graveyard. A graveyard was the craziest place I've had sex. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean.
Did you wake up the dead?
Well, listen. Nobody would sleep. I can tell you that. So, hey. Yeah.
All right. There you have it.
There you have it.
And what's your pet peeve?
Bad posture.
Okay.
Bad posture is my pet peeve. That is the most important thing. Like between poor nutrition and bad posture are my two things.
Okay.
Yeah. That will turn off me fast.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
No more questions? You don't have another question for me? Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
Broken Scale.
Yes, and where, if people wanted more information about Broken Scale, where can they go?
Yeah, well, what you can do is you can email me at expressmoregood.com.
Okay.
And you can also...
Are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook. I have a Broken Scale page on Facebook as well. And so you can look on both of those two places. We also have a new Twitter page going up as well. So you'll have 3 ways of getting in contact with me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.